All right, another edition of the picks this week. We're going straight into it. Ryan, Utah is a 1-point dog on the road at Arizona. The Wildcats are going to play this game 2:30 in the afternoon on the Pac-12 network.
Yeah, I'm not following your Arizona rule with this one. I'm going with the Wildcats at home. They're better. They're not a bad team. This is a good team, and Utah has kind of proven it's in the same universe as Arizona this year, not winning the bigger games that it has in the Pac-12 the last few years. I'm going with the Wildcats at home, small line.
I I think Utah's defense will be able to make enough plays in the end to win on the road. Arizona's hot. I like that pick, Ryan, but I think this is a fallback week. I don't think they can sustain this level of play they've had. Give me Utah on the road. I still think Utah's a little bit of a better team. I think that defense will travel Dean. Utah +1.
I'll take the free point. I think the Utes win straight up as well. The Taters are hosting one of the teams that they hate the most, which is North Carolina, Matt. A lot of nose in the air versus people who farm. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm going to take Clemson.
I should say North Carolina is a 6.5-point dog on the road at Clemson Memorial Stadium.
Yeah, I like Clemson to win by a touchdown. Looks like they're getting right on the right track, Dean. I mean, you kind of follow them Clemson a little closer than I do, but seems like they're getting it together at home. 3 p.m. game. They're going to try to end this season down the stretch in a big way. Give me the Tigers -6.5, Ryan.
Is beating Georgia Tech getting it together?
That was a slobber knocker.
Slobber knocker.
Yeah, Heisman candidate Haynes King didn't get it done.
Oh, yeah. I'll go with the better team and the points in this one. I'll take North Carolina. I don't really care that it's on the road. I don't think that Clemson's playing any better than it was earlier in the season. I'll go with the Tar Heels.
All right, I'll take the Taters as well. Both these teams have really collapsed. It's a 3:30 game on ESPN, and this is a bigger game for Clemson than people realize. I will take Clemson and the indignation or the Dabo's rage. Okay. Hey, just real quick on Dabo, what % chance if he went to Texas A&M, that work, Matt? What % chance would he win an SEC championship?
No, he would not.
0% chance. Okay, Ryan.
It's not 0, but it's low. I would go 10.
Yeah, something like that. I would say as well. Kansas State goes to Kansas in the Sunflower State matchup. I don't know what this is called. K-State, Ryan, is an 8-point favorite on the road. I had to check that twice.
Yeah, and I'm going to go with K-State. Picking against Kansas has worked for me this year. I'm just going to keep rolling with that theme. Their quarterback's also not 100% going to play this week with the head injury that he had last week, but the dude is electrifying, and if he is in, the Jayhawks do have a chance. But I'm going with Kansas State, and they typically play pretty well this time of year.
Yeah, I'm going to take Kansas at home with the +8. I think after coming off a bad loss to Texas Tech, I think they were looking to this game. They're locked. They're focused on K-State. That's why they lost last week. They're going to be ready for this one at home. I like the Jayhawks, Dean.
My Uncle Jeff married Miss Kansas in I don't know what year it was. They met at Kansas State. I'm going to go with the Wildcats. That's all I got for the analytics on that one.
Cool.
The Gators travel to Middle Earth, where they will be an 11.5-point dog to Missouri. We had a discussion on Dog Post earlier today about where to eat in Columbia, Missouri. Here's the answer. Eat before you get there. Otherwise, you got Shakespeare's, and that's it. I will take Missouri to cover this line, Ryan. I like the way Missouri's playing. Georgia should hope that Mizzou continues to play well. Of course, it doesn't matter if Georgia wins, but Florida's in a bad place right now.
Yeah, I like this Missouri team, man. This is a really good team, deserving of a top 10 ranking right now, in my opinion. I think the committee probably has that right. And Florida is 11.5 is not a line that scares me with this game for Missouri. I thought Shakespeare's was pretty good.
Oh, no, it is. Yeah, I agree with you.
I thought that was a pretty cool spot. Yeah. It's just one of 2 spots.
Exactly.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a blowout. Missouri at home at night. Both of these teams are kind of heading in opposite directions. Missouri's having fun. They're playing great ball. They're tough and physical. and Florida is not going to be able to match that toughness and physicality on the road. I like Missouri, big win over the Gators.
Eli Drinkwitz had something to say to Josh Heupel. Did I see that? Was that correct, Matt?
He's all about his business. They
What is
stand
that?
on the.
Oh man,
Yeah, that's something.
That's a new phrase. Standing on business.
Does that understand the assignment, Ryan? Or
we go.
It's in my universe.
hey, Matt, what's your favorite place to eat in Columbia, Missouri?
I've been able to escape. Thank you. I've escaped every time. It's one of my favorite things to do is skip that game every 2 years. So thanks.
Yeah. The Iowa State Cyclones are going to host the Texas Longhorns. Ryan, Texas got to get it together here at some point. They're a 7.5-point favorite on the road in Iowa.
I like the Cyclones. I like the Cyclones at home. I think that upset alert. It might happen this week. It's going to happen at some point. I'm calling it this week.
Matt?
I like Iowa State. Chaos. They're going to win the game. I don't know if Ryan jumped on board fully with the upset victory, but I'm going to go there. I think Texas is going to lose this game on the road at night. Iowa State's playing pretty well the last several weeks. They're a team that can pull this upset. I think they're cover. Give me a win, Dean. Give me a win. The Cyclones upset.
I don't know if both of y'all said something that I think is true. I believe that will be true. I do think Texas will lose again this season. I just do not trust them. I don't like the way they're playing. None of that. I'm going to take Iowa State and the generous points, that half point hook. I'll take that as well. I don't know, though, if they're going to win this game outright. I think Texas, if I had to guess, is going to lose in the Big 12 championship game. That's my suspicion. The question is, who are they going to play there? So I don't really know. Because Oklahoma State got throttled by UCF, 2017 national champions UCF. Kentucky is going to travel to South Carolina. This has been a little bit chippy as well. The Wildcats are a 2-point favorite on the road at South Carolina. I think South Carolina wins this game. Okay? I've had it with Kentucky. Your grass is not blue, it's green. Give me the Cox. I don't think they're good. Give me the Cox, Ryan.
Yeah, you can have them. I'm also taking South Carolina at home. So rough 5-week stretch for Kentucky. Rough. Now it's playing teams that it's just not as good as, but Kentucky's not the team that we thought it was. It's not that top. It's not a ranked team. So I'll go with South Carolina at home.
Me too. I think South Carolina wins this game. They're going to accidentally run into an SEC win at some point. I think this is the game. This is classic South Carolina. They're beat up. They look bad. They'll finally come out and play a halfway decent game, I think. This Kentucky game means a lot to them. They think they should be an all-time better football program, and there's no reason why they should be losing to Kentucky. That's what those people think. Big game at home at night. I like South Carolina to win this one.
Yeah, that is a game I have to say that has gotten a little bit chippier, Matt, lately than you maybe like if you're really on both sides of this thing.
Yeah.
Hey, our friends at EcoPoly are making all these videos possible. We're going to check out one thing. I always put it on the red and black here for these Adirondack chairs. Now, this is a set. Make sure you're taking advantage of this. Excuse me. That's the red one. Here's the black one. You may or not be able to see it. No, you can. There's a cup holder. And this is high quality plastics that have been recycled, 20-year warranty. This is not something you're just going to get at a big box. Everything's made in-house. The process is, as Ryan can attest to, is pretty amazing. And we're so happy to have them as a partner. We have a link down below to check out 15% off, Ryan, and you get free shipping. Christmas is right around the corner. These are high quality, long-term gifts. Georgia is going to Tennessee to play on Rocky Top. I'll start because I feel like sometimes I always go last on the Georgia ones. I think it's unfair to y'all. I'm going to take Georgia in this one. So there's a few reasons why. I think there's two things to worry about if you're Georgia going up there. They did not play well at Auburn. And so but was that about the turnovers or was that about just not playing well? Turnovers can be caused by a tough crowd, for sure. But I think the other thing is everyone's assumption here is that Tennessee just kind of got rolled up by Mizzou last week in Middle Earth, and that it's that they're just kind of going to quit on the season. This is going to be their last stand. I expect a very fierce first quarter, Ryan, from the Vols. I just do not. Georgia is a machine right now, and you turn them on, you let them go, and they handle it. They respond to atmosphere. They respond to moments. I think that they are definitely going to cover this 10.5. I just think the game could be slightly more competitive at the start than it is maybe by the end.
Isn't that what's happening over and over again? It's happened 4-5 times now, 4. So I think that Georgia will be fine. I also have Georgia covering this one. I think that, winning by 10, 14 points is really realistic. It's just the Tennessee team is just not as good as it was last year. And the talent, everything is kind of the same. It's just a slight talent drop off. And it's going to be a really harsh environment. Is Georgia going to go up there and win by 30, 40 points? That just seems unrealistic to me. But covering, what, is it 11?
Well, it's teetering between 10.5 and 10.
Yeah, I've got Georgia covering confidently.
Yeah, same here. First quarter fight, wouldn't surprise you if Tennessee scored a touchdown on that opening drive and then did nothing the rest of the ball game. But I think Georgia could get into 30 easily, could hit that 40-point mark. I think Joe Milton may hit a deep ball or 2 out of 10 if he gets the opportunity to throw it deep. But they're a beat-up team, and I just can't see a position group that favors Tennessee. Their front 7 looked like, one of the strongest parts of the team until last week, and they didn't show up. Missouri's a tough physical team, and Tennessee got beat up by them. I think Georgia brings that same toughness and physicality, especially in the line of scrimmage. And I think that, the running game travels, the defense travels. Again, could be a little fight for a half, but Georgia's depth and talent and coaching will prevail. And I think they roll with a victory. Easy cover, solid win coming back out of Knoxville.
Yeah, it wouldn't shock me if they had a little bit more of a fight longer in the game. It would not shock me if they just blew them out too from the start. But I've been to Tennessee where Tennessee is perceived to be dead, and they really show up, and kneeling can get on top of you. I think the problem for Tennessee is keeping that up the entire game. They're not as good as Georgia. They just are not. And is Joe Milton a quarterback that is capable of playing 60 minutes of very good football? I just don't. I am skeptical that that's the case. But anyway, make sure you're checking us out. Our newsletter is down below as well. We'll see you on the website. Thanks for watching.